There's two reasons that we've come to Chengdu. One for pandas and two for food because of the food ranger. So we've taken his videos and we've marked out a bunch of places that we're gonna try. We're gonna do a full-on street food tour following the food ranger here in Chengdu.
I am made to be free.
The first stop on our following the food ranger tour of Chengdu has brought us here, wherever this place is called, for some Dan Yin and a bowl of spicy chili oil wontons. Okay, so we've ordered two items here, the Dan Yin and these red chili oil wontons are like dumplings. And this is the first bite here. They're just like covered in this red chili oil. I don't know if it's gonna be spicy or not. Anyways, let's give it a try. Oh yeah, it's not as spicy as I thought it was gonna be. The wontons are like soft, with like a real good meatiness in them. These are really good. I just can't help it. I gotta get another one here. Almost like creamy. Never thought I'd describe a dumpling like that. Creamy and oily, but it doesn't seem like greasy. That's sort of weird in that way. Really good, really well cooked. Just delicious meat, but that chili oil dominates it. So our Dan Yin has now arrived, and it's noodles in spicy chili oil, and it has sesame at the bottom and ground pork on top. And apparently the key is you gotta mix it all up first. So, okay, I think that's pretty well mixed. So I guess my first bite of Dan, this is the dish that brought me to Chengdu. So with the noodles and the meat, the pork in there, and the chili oil, isn't as spicy as I thought. It's got a good like creaminess to it again. Yeah, the noodles have a little bit of chew and bite to them, but they're really like, it's like a really soft, creamy bowl of noodles. And it's only 91. It's 91 for this bowl of noodles. This is the medium-sized bowl. The small would just make you sad. You didn't get enough. The big would be too much. This is like a really filling, hearty noodle. We finished lunch now. I'm stuffed. The wontons were really good. And the creamy with the spicy chili oil, that was awesome. But what it's now done is left me with a sweet tooth. So we are going on to the next place. So we're in line now for our second place that we're checking out. They do these fried, sticky, sweet rice balls on a skewer for 41 each. And there's a line of people. We've seen people walking by with them. After that thick, heavy, creamy Dan Yin, I think this will be the perfect finish to that meal. Okay, so we got them. There were 4 yuan each, and we got 2 each. They're just like little rice flour donuts covered in like a sweet molasses. So let's try it. Oh, it's hot. So it's got a really crunchy coating. The molasses forms like a chewy layer on the outside. It's sweet. It's not as sweet as I thought it was gonna be. The sesame I don't really notice at all. But it's like a crunchy, really airy donut covered in a chewy molasses. It's like just the right amount of sweet. This is really good. There's people walking out with like 6 of these each, and I get it. So after all that food, we are totally stuffed, and I think we're gonna have to pick this up again tomorrow. For lunch, we've come to this super busy local joint to get some twice cooked pork noodles. I'm getting pushed out of the way. It's like busy, it's packed, everybody's coming here. I think it's busy because it closes at 2, but we ordered ourselves some big bowls, so hopefully they're pretty good. I bet they are. Yeah, big vat of noodles, and they're getting all these are different kinds of noodles, I guess, but this is the twice cooked pork with the chilies and the pork. And then each of these bowls is filled with this chili sauce and chilies and green onions and everything. Okay, so we got our big bowl. Look at this, it's like a huge bowl. It's got some cowpeas in it, some red chilies, green chilies, all this pork. There's these noodles in that chili sauce base. I'm just gonna jump right in. These noodles already feel really good. These noodles, one, it's like really hot, but two, they got like a really good bite to them. It's like a really good chewy noodle. I'm gonna try this twice cooked pork, this famous Sichuan pork. It's like really tender and like smoky and like really well cooked. Got that chili flavor in it. I hope so. There's a lot of chilies in it. You toss it up, get all this flavor from the bottom. Coat in those noodles. So it was really loud in there, but we just finished, and for 12 yuan for the big bowl of the spicy pork, twice cooked pork noodles, it was like so good. The noodles on their own had a really good texture, but were quite plain. When you tossed them in that oil with all the different sesame and all the other sauces and things, I don't even know what they were putting in there. What up? It really coated them and it made them super flavorful, almost smoky from the different types of chilies and the pork. That pork was like crazy good. It was like wicked tender, and that was the star of the show. And the noodles were like a strong second act. It was well worth come and check this place out. Another Trevor James hit. We're about 2 blocks away, or 2.5 blocks we'll say away, and my mouth is still salivating. It's like my body is like, okay, there's more coming, right? Because like I'm still like, my body's still enjoying that, even walking away. So we've come to the Wenshu Monastery, and now after our visit, we're going back to the area around the metro station to try a few different places that the food ranger recommended. So just outside the Wenshu Monastery metro, the exit K, is this local place here for gokui, and apparently it's the place to get it, so we're gonna check it out, get a gokui sandwich. Okay, so we got it here. We got the spicy beef kind. It's like a sandwich. It was 10 RMB. So it's got some kind of jelly noodle thing inside. I don't know, beef and carrot. This looks really, I'm just gonna get right into it. The vegetables added a good crispness. There's a spiciness from the chilies, but it's not really spicy at all. It's just like a really good flavor. It's like a really hearty meat bite. The bread is crispier than I thought it was gonna be. It's more like almost more like a cracker than, say, the Quick Bites gokui, where it's like softer. Makes for a pretty decent sandwich. For $2, easily worth it. Just outside the gates of the monastery is this joint right here that sells, I guess, a really good local dish called Sweetwater Noodles. And so, at the recommendation of the food ranger, we're gonna check it out. Okay, so here we got the Sweetwater Noodles just outside this place. It's so busy, we had to come outside. There's no room inside. So we're standing out here. We're gonna try these. They got sugar on them. They got the noodles. There's the chili sauce and whatever this other sauce is. But they're called Sweetwater Noodles, so I imagine that it's like a sweet and a spicy combo. Once we get this mixed up, we'll dive in and we'll have some of it. Oh, these noodles are so thick. They're big, thick noodles, and they're rough. They're coarse noodles. It's like a jelly on it. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, so give this a try here. It's cold. The noodles are like really chewy. You have a good bite to them. The sauce is like sweet and spicy. This is good. It's a nice little snack. So as an end of the long day, we've come to the wide and narrow alleys, walking streets famous here in Chengdu to find some great local Sichuan food for dinner. So just walking around the alleys, which is like super cool and like some really historic feeling, we just like came in off the street, found this little place, and now we've gotten 2 different items. We've got a rabbit meat soup. I've never eaten rabbit in my whole life. And we got these cold split pea spicy jelly like noodles. Neither of us have had either one of these before, so this is gonna be trying both of these out for the first time, and they're both like red with chili. So the first thing is these cold split meal jelly noodles and chili. I'm gonna mix this up first. First ever taste of this. It doesn't have a strong flavor in the jelly itself. It's quite soft. Actually picking it up, it broke apart in half. The chili and the bean paste in here adds a lot of like spice and really good flavor to it too. With the green onions and the chili, it's spicy, but it's not too spicy. And it's got a little bit of that nice green onion taste. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm kind of mixed. It's got really good flavors, but I'm not a huge fan of the texture of the noodles. Okay, so the next dish here is this rabbit noodles. So they're smaller noodles. Got some veggies in there, and then just these chunks of rabbit. Never had rabbit before. There we go. It's like really good. I really like rabbit. It's just like a real light meat flavor, but you get a little bit of the spice, a little bit of that flavoring from the broth that the noodles are in. Yeah, I really like that meat. That's like, I didn't think I was gonna like rabbit that much. But let's try these noodles. Sort of run-of-the-mill noodles. They don't have a very strong taste either way to them. I think the real star of this dish is that rabbit. That was really good. You see them, they sell rabbit heads everywhere and rabbit leg. Rabbit's a really popular dish here, I guess. And I get it, I understand why. A bite here, I'm gonna get everything in this one bite. Get a good, strong bite. Yeah, together as a dish, it's very good. If you've never tried rabbit before, this is a good way to try it if you don't want to try a body out on the street. Okay, so that's the end of our Following the Food Ranger food tour here in Chengdu. Check out these places, they're all fantastic and definitely worth going to.